Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here to take a look at Bloomburrow in the fully sealed Play Booster box format. So we're going to go ahead and crack this thing open. We're going to take a look at all of the rares and mythics that we've got. We're going to price out any card valued over $1 plus every single rare and mythic. And at the end we're going to run through the full MTG Box Analysis. This set has actually been doing quite well. There's quite a few cards that have doubled in price since release. I took last week off, was on vacation, but I'm back again with the full box and the full analysis. All right, so we've got ourselves a little insert here. You can go ahead and scan that QR code if you want to learn more about Bloomburrow. We've got our 36 play boosters here, looking for cards from the main set of value plus our special guest slot, because we are eligible to see those inside of these packs. So, let's see. We do have pull tabs, which means these are Japanese printed. There's only one uncommon in the set currently valued over $1, so we'll keep an eye out for that. That's going to be the Patchwork Banner. Other than that, we're really looking for rares and mythics, and quite a few of the rares and mythics in the set have doubled in price since release day. So we're going to kick this one off with a Paw Patch Recruit token. Following that, we're going to see ourselves a Tree Guard duo in foil. Then we're going to see ourselves a Full Art Forest, followed by a Rotten Mouth Viper coming in as a mythic. This could be a really good hit for us, valued at almost $9. And then right behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Wear Down, followed by a Fireglass Mentor, an Eddie Merc Crab, Blacksmith's Talent. Then we're going to see a High Stride, followed by a Mind Drill Assailant, a Polywop. Then we're going to see a Steam Path Charger, followed by a Banishing Light with a Psychic Whirl. Then we're going to see a Waterspout Warden in the back. All right, so we'll just go through a few packs all the way through, and then we'll start skipping the commons towards the end, because at this point there are no commons valued over $1 and very few valued over $0.25. So we've got ourselves a Corestation Mage coming in as a token, followed by a Honored Dry Leader as a foil. Then we're going to even see a Foil Plains with a Valley Flamecaller coming in as our rare, not a high value rare. Then we're going to see ourselves a Mudflat Village, followed by a Flowerfoot Swordmaster, a Daring Wave Rider. Then we're going to see the Clifftop Lookout, followed by a Veteran Guardmouse, a Longstalk Brawl, Pond Prophet with a Dire Sight. Then we've got an Intrepid Rabbit with a Dazzling Denial. Then we're going to see ourselves a Hidden Grotto coming in the back. All right, I think this will be our last pack where we go through every single card, then we'll start skipping those comments. All right, our token is going to be a Flowerfoot Swordmaster, followed by a Shriek Force coming in foil. Then we're going to see ourselves a Full Art Swamp with Vren the Relentless coming in as our rare, followed by a Gossip's Talent, a Vine Reap Mentor, a Bone Cache Overseer. Then we're going to see the Spellgyre, followed by a Rabid Response, Sazakap Brew, Tempest Angler. Then we're going to see the Cash Grab, followed by a Saver. Then we're going to see a Thistledown Players, Sky Skipper Duo in the back. All right, 3 packs in, 1 mythic, 2 rares, a couple of foils. Stepping into pack number 4 here, we do have our first art card of the box. It is an unsigned art card. Then we're going to see ourselves a Lupin Flower Village coming in foil, followed by a Foil Forest. And then we're going to see ourselves a Warren Warleader, another mythic from the set. Not quite as valuable as the Rotten Mouth Viper, but still another mythic. Hooray. Then we're going to see ourselves a Star Charter, followed by a Moonstone Harbinger, and then we're going to see a Bushy Bodyguard with a Whiskertail Scribe as our first common in the back. And then behind that will be the rest of the commons of the pack. All right, moving into our next pack. Another art card. It is signed, so we're going to go ahead and feature the artist. I like to do that on this channel. So this is going to be a Runaway Together by Omar Ryan. So thank you very much, Omar, for signing that art card, or at least lending your signature to WotC so that way it could be stamped. So we got ourselves a Starscape Cleric in foil, followed by a Full Art Plains, and then we're going to see ourselves a Cruel Claws Heist coming in as our rare. Following that, we're going to see ourselves a Seedglaive Mentor. Then we're going to see a Plummeted Escort, a Teapot Slinger, and a Junkblade Bruiser as our first common. All right, moving into our next pack here. They really have ratcheted down the rare and mythic count in these packs. So far, we're 5 packs in and only a single rare or mythic per pack. So we get ourselves a treasure token, followed by a Hive Spine Wolverine in foil. Then we're going to see the full art mountain. Followed by a Showcase Manifold Mouse coming in as our rare. Very cool to see that. And that'll be our only rare of the pack. Then we're going to see a Rockface Village with a Downwind Ambusher and an Edinburgh Crab with a Curious Forger and a Fountain's Port Bell coming in as our first common. So there are currently 15 cards that you can pull out of these packs that are valued over $10. So hopefully we get to see a few of those in this box. So there's another non-signed art card, followed by a Season of the Bold Mythic coming in foil. Very cool to see that. The red foiling is a little bit muted in this particular set, or at least with these Japanese printed. But there's a look at it. But it is another Mythic, so now we're up to 3. Then we got ourselves a Plains, followed by an Essence Channeler coming in as our rare, with a Bandit's Talent. Then we're going to see a Harvestride Host with a Wix Patrol, and then we're going to see ourselves a Sugar Coat with a Cash Grab as our first common. All right, 3 Mythics on the board. That's pretty good. Curious to see how this box will track with regard to rares and mythics. So we got ourselves a food token, followed by a Booming Blast in foil. Then we're going to see that Swamp with a Jackdaw Saver coming in as our rare. Then we've got ourselves an Heirloom Epic, a Lily Pad Village, then Chorus Station Mage. We saw the token of that earlier. Then we're going to see a Sinister Monolith with an Agate Assault coming in as our first common. All right, we got ourselves another art card here. Unsigned. And then we're going to see ourselves a Nocturnal Hunger in foil with the Winter Plains. In case you're not aware, these do come, there are 4 full art basic lands, and they come in one for each of the different seasons. Our rare is going to be ourselves a Kidnap, coming in out of blue, not a high value rare. Then we're going to see ourselves a Builder's Talent, followed by a Shrike Force. Then we're going to see a Night Fisher with a Hoarder's Overflow, and then we're going to see a Cindering Cutthroat as our first common. All right, we're down to 3 packs in the first stack. There is 1 token valued over $1. It is the Warren Whirleader, so we're keeping an eye out for that. But we got ourselves a Finch Formation here. Then we're going to see ourselves a Dire Downdraft in foil with Full Art Mountain. Then we've got ourselves the Innkeeper's Talent. So this is going to be the number 2 card from the main set that you can pull. So hooray, I'm really glad that we saw that. This card has doubled in price since the set released. Currently valued somewhere around $18. Awesome to see that. So we're going to put that next to our Mythic pile in our big hit pile. Then we're going to see ourselves a Peerless Recycling, followed by a Stormcatch Mentor. Then we're going to see Consumed by Greed with a Splash Portal and a Brave Kin Duo. All right, 2 more packs to go. Looks like we're going to see another art card in here. Is it signed? It is not, but we've already seen that one, so very cool together. Then we got ourselves a Starseer Mentor in foil with a foil island, and we're going to see ourselves a Hired Claw coming in the showcase treatment. I'm curious, what do you all think of this showcase frame? Do you like it? Is it kind of, I think it fits the theme, but I'm not sure if everyone's in love with this particular one because the value of the showcase cards is much lower than a standard frame card. So we're going to see ourselves a Dewdrop Cure as our first uncommon, a Parting Gust. Then we're going to see a Brambleguard Veteran with a Persistent Marsh Stalker and a War Squeak coming in as our first common. All right, final play booster in stack number 1. It should be pack number 12. All right, so we've got ourselves a Thornplate Intimidator coming in as our token with a Hop to It coming in as our foil with a Forest, followed by a Thorn Vault Forager coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see a Starforged Sword with a Burrowguard Mentor, a Flamcash Gecko, a Patchwork Banner. There is the 1 uncommon valued over $1, currently valued right around $3, so awesome to see that. Then we're going to see a Ravine Raider coming in as our first common. So I'll be curious to see how many of the Patchwork Banners we pick up in this box. I'm hoping for 2. Love to see a foil one. That would be great. So let's go ahead and slide into stack number 2. This one kicks off with a food token. And then we're going to see ourselves the Intrepid Rabbit in foil, followed by an island. Then we've got ourselves a double rare pack. So we've got ourselves a Mythic Eluge, the Shoreless Sea, coming in as our Mythic, medium value Mythic, valued between $2 and $3. And then our rare is going to be a Valley Rotcaller coming in. Another rare that does hold some value for us. Awesome. Then we're going to see Mabel's Medal, followed by a Sugar Coat. Then we got a Hazel Nocturne with a Bellowing Crier coming in as our first common. All right, sliding into our next pack here, we are going to see the Warren War Leader. So this is going to be the 1 token valued over $1 in the set. So hooray, a little bit of extra value for us. And then we're going to see ourselves a Phineas Ace Archer coming in as a rare foil. Very cool to see that. First rare foil of the box. We have seen a Mythic. So we got ourselves an island with a Darkstar Augur as our rare, followed by a Feather of Flight. Then we're going to see an Overprotect with a Downwind Ambusher and the Bravekin Duo. I think we might have seen those two back-to-back in a previous pack. All right, one more art card. Unsigned, but I do really like the art of this set. So we got ourselves a Starlit Soothsayer in foil, followed by Plains. Then we're going to get, again, a double rare. We got ourselves a Fountain's Port coming in from the land cycle. Does hold a little bit of value, and it is a rare land. Then we're going to see a Byway Barterer coming in as our second rare. Then we're going to see a Starseer Mentor, a Splash Portal, followed by a Bone Cache Overseer. And then we've got ourselves a High Stride as our first common. All right, so I think that's only our third pack where we've gotten a double rare. And one of them, or two of them, I think were due to the foil being a rare. I believe 3 is the max you can get. So we got ourselves a Rush Shield Rampager, followed by a Harnesser of the Storms. We're going to see a Forest with a Scrap Shooter coming in as our first rare. And then we're going to see ourselves a Wishing Well coming in as our backup rare. So there you go. You just got to complain a little bit, and they'll give you 2 rares in a pack. Then we're going to see a Parting Gust with a Hazard Root Herbalist. Then we're going to see ourselves Fell, followed by a Rush Shield Rampager. All right, moving on into another pack. This one's going to kick off with another non-signed art card. Then we're going to see ourselves a Sticky Tongue Sentinel come in the foil treatment, followed by a Swamp. And then we've got Caretaker's Talent. So this is going to be our second rare talent of the box. This is going to be, I believe, the number 2 talent of the set. So these classes are really starting to kind of take over a few formats and really holding some value. So hooray. Then we got ourselves an Honored Dry Leader, followed by a Lily Pad Village. Blacksmith's Talent, the uncommons not so much. And then we're going to see ourselves a Galewind Moose with a Warsqueak in the back. All right, sliding into probably around the halfway point of the box. So far, I am not disappointed in the value. We've got ourselves 4 Mythics and 2 really good value cards. So this one kicks off with Rat Token, followed by Mind Drill Assailant. Then we're going to see a Mountain with Hugs Grizzly Guardian, another Mythic for us. Unfortunately, not a huge value, but that's okay. We'll take it. And then we got ourselves a Seasoned Warren Guard with a Bright Blade Stoat, a Long River Lurker, and we're going to see a Thought Stalker Warlock with Take Out the Trash. So one of the cards that we're looking for that I haven't seen yet, right, is the 3 Tree City. Now, technically, there are 5 different variants that you can pull in here. So you got a standard frame valued at around $24, and then there are 4 borderless frames. You've got spring, summer, fall, and winter, with winter being the most valuable at just over $50. So let's hope we can see a borderless in the box. We've seen 2 showcase, but that's the only non-standard frame we've seen. So we've got ourselves a Food, followed by a Veteran Guard Mouse coming in foil with a Full Art Forest. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Jackdaw Savior coming in that showcase frame, followed by a Tangle Tumbler, a Burrow Guard Mentor, Then we're going to see a Teapot Slinger, followed by a Bark Knuckle Boxer and Bumbleflowers Sharepot coming in as our first common. All right, so we've got ourselves the Rust Shield Rampager with a Rough Shot Duo coming in as our foil, followed by an island. And then we're going to see ourselves the Artist Talents. This is going to be our third rare talent of the box. Unfortunately, the Artist Talent is one of the lower value talents. Then we're going to see a Hop to It, followed by a Mind Whisker, a Rabid Gnaw, and we're going to see a Fountain's Port Bell coming in as our first common. All right, we've got a Fish Token, followed by Long River's Pull. Then we're going to see ourselves a Swamp, followed by Clement the Worrywart. Don't worry, Clement. It's going to be all right. Then we got ourselves a Plum Creed Mentor with a Bushy Bodyguard, Feed the Cycle, followed by a Reptilian Recruiter and Bravekin Duo. 3 more packs in stack number 2. Got ourselves a Rabbit Token here, followed by a Raccoon Rallier. Then we're going to see ourselves a Mountain, followed by a Mockingbird coming in as our main set rare. Is a pretty good rare. Is valued over $5. Hooray! Then we're going to see behind it, we're going to see the Thunder Trap Trainer coming in as a backup rare. Unfortunately, not valued at $5. Then we got Mabel's Medal with a Hunter's Talent. And then we're going to see a Husk Burster Swarm, followed by a Pond Prophet as our first common. All right, this time we're going to kick off with an Intrepid Rabbit Token, followed by a Treetop Sentries in foil with a Full Art Island. And we're going to see Alania Divergent Storm coming in as our rare, followed by a Valley Rally, a Wandertail Mentor, a Calamitous Tide. Then we're going to see a Blooming Blast with a War Squeak in the back. I think that's been our first common quite a few times. Another art card, another non-signature. We're going to see ourselves Scales of Shale in foil with a Plains. Then we're going to see for the common Good coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see a Short Bow, followed by a Mouse Trapper. Then we're going to see Fell with an Overprotect and a Ravine Raider coming in as our first common. All right, so that takes us down to the last stack of the box. Our last 12 play boosters here. Look at that. We ended both stacks with a Ravine Raider as our first common. All right. This one, another non-signed art card with a Longstock Brawl coming in foil. And we're going to get backup foil. We got ourselves a Plains with an Emberheart Challenger coming in as our rare. Does hold some value. We'll take it. We're going to see a Dewdrop Cure with a Seed Glaive Mentor, Curious Forager. And then we're going to see the Mage, followed by a War Squeak again. All right, moving into the next pack. Really curious to see what the duplication is on this box. I feel it's going to be pretty high. Probably 40 or 50% duplication. So we got a Paw Patch Recruit, followed by a Rapid Response in foil with a Full Art Swamp. Then we're going to see Maria Trash Technician. Messes me up. We got ourselves Maria Trash Tactician coming in as our rare. Unfortunately, not high value. Then we're going to see an Heirloom Epic, Starseer Mentor, followed by Calamitous Tide, and a Persistent Marshstalker with a Bravekin Duo. That's another one that appears as our first common quite a few times. Just a reminder that, the track printing is working. So we got ourselves an Intrepid Rabbit, followed by a Seed Glaive Mentor. Then we're going to see ourselves a Forest with an Azure Beast Binder coming in as our showcase rare. And we are going to see a backup rare. We get an Iridescent Vine Slasher coming in. It does hold some value for us. Very nice to see that. Good pack. Then we got a Hop to It, followed by a Hunter's Talent. Then we're going to see a Hoarder's Overflow with another War Squeak as our first common. All right, we got our first non-art, non-token card, aka an ad card. Right behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Thornplate Intimidator with the Full Art Island and a Valley Mightcaller coming in as our rare with a Fabled Passage, a nice reprint rare in the back. Awesome to see that. Then we're going to see a Stormcatch Mentor, followed by an Otterball Antics, Clifftop Lookout. Then we're going to see the Sazacaps Brew as our first common. All right, I think we're down to about 8 or 9 packs. No special guests so far, no borderless cards, and only one signed art card. But we are sitting, I believe, at 5 mythics. So we got ourselves a fish, followed by a hidden grotto coming in foil. Then we've got ourselves a foil mountain, followed by Camella, the Seed Miser coming in. Does hold a little bit of value. Then we get a Gossip's Talent, a Bright Blade Stout, Shoreliner Looter. Then we're going to see a Brazen Collector with a High Stride. All right, this pack kicks off with a Thornplate Intimidator. Then we're going to see ourselves a Mind Spiral with the Swamp. And we're going to see 3 Tree City. All right, so this is the #1 card from the set in standard frame that you can pull. This card is currently valued over 20 bucks. If you just read through that, I think this is going to become, unless some kind of a ban or rewrite comes along, I think it's going to be a pretty good card for a lot of decks. So you'll be seeing a lot of play from this card. So now we've got the #1 and the #2 standard frame. The #3 that we'd be looking for, well, that would be Maha Its Feathers Knight coming in out of black. So we'll keep an eye out for that one too. So hooray. Then we got ourselves a Paw Patch Formation, followed by an Oak Hollow Village, a Splash Lasher, and then a Flame Cache Gecko with a Rapid Response. All right. We are down to 7 packs. Really glad that we got to see the #1 and the #2 card in this box. I mean, other than a borderless, I don't know what else I'd be looking for. Another non-signed art card with a Poliwop. And then we're going to see ourselves Plains, followed by Portent of Calamity coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see Jolly Gerbils with a Sinister Monolith, a Night Fisher, and another War Screek. All right. Rolling right along. I hope I get one more signed art card. I do like those. I like to see them. I like to feature the artist. Nope, couldn't make it happen. All right, we got ourselves a Bark Knuckle Boxer with a Full Art Swamp. And we're going to see the Storm Chaser's talent coming in out of blue. Another low value talent. So that's, I believe, our 4th talent rare of the box. Then we're going to see the Tight Collar Mentor, Repel Calamity, followed by a 3 Tree Scribe, a Heartfire Hero, and a Bravekin Duo. All right, down to 4 packs. Got ourselves another ad card here. No token on the back. Behind it, we're going to see a foil rare Keen-Eyed Curator coming in. Very nice to see that. That's our 3rd foil rare and or mythic of the box. We're going to see ourselves a foil Swamp, followed by a Hired Claw coming in as a 2nd rare of the pack. Then we're going to see a Starforged Sword with a Lily Splash Mentor, a Spellgyre, a Wix Patrol, and a High Stride. All right. This time around, we're going to kick off with a Bushy Bodyguard coming in as our token, with a Psychic Whirl, and we're going to see the Plains, followed by a Whisker Veil Forerunner coming in as our rare, followed by Stocking the Pantry, Shriek Force, Brambleguard Captain, and the Hivespine Wolverine, and a Rapid Response. 2 more packs, 1 more ad card. This is going to kick off with a Rush Shield Rampager, followed by a Mountain. And our rare is going to be a Mythic, Season of Gathering. Another really good hit from the set, and another Mythic for us. Followed by a Valley, a Flood Caller coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see a Lupin Flower Village, followed by the Swarm, a Daring Wave Rider, and a Bellowing Crier coming in as our first common. All right, final play booster. Can we get another signed art card? Can we get something off of the special guest? Let's see. We have a chance at the at the signed art card. Let's see if they do put 2 in the box. They do. All right, there we go. So we got ourselves our second signed art card of the box, and this is going to be Glarb Calamity's Augur by Chuck Grebe. So thank you very much, Chuck, for illustrating that card and bringing our game to life. So we got a Barkform Harvester in foil, followed by a Swamp. And behind that, our last rare is going to be a Manifold Mouse coming in out of red, not high value, with a Ruthless Negotiation, a Driftgloom Coyote, Blooming Blast, followed by a Moonstone Harbinger, a Ravine Raider, then we get a Seed Pod Squire, a Sunshower Druid, Steampath Charger with the Thistledown Players, and a Finch Formation, and a Saver in the back. All right, awesome. So I'll get everything sorted, organized, and come right back with the MTG Box Analysis. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.